health officials from France drew the eye of many Africans when they suggested during a television program on Friday the possibility of carrying out a coronavirus vaccine test in Africa. Kamal Lodge, a medical doctor at Cochin Hospital in Paris, and Jean-Paul Mira, a researcher at the French Institute of Medical Research, INSEM, were discussing the COVID-19 pandemic and its global devastation before dropping the opinion of experimenting an eventual vaccine in Africa. The video footage of their statement quickly went viral, sparking fury amongst influential and ordinary African citizens. Cameroonian football legend Samuel Eto'o and Didier Drogba responded saying Africa is not a laboratory and Africans are not laboratory rats. Benin President Patrice Talon called on the said doctors to test their vaccines in their country first before exportation. Both the French Health Ministry and Presidency have asked the doctors to explain what they meant in the statement, of which they said was taken out of context, saying, "I never meant anything racist. The condition of the interview did not allow me to respond correctly. My intention was to say every country would benefit from the research," Lodge said. That everyone would benefit from the research. And that's what he said. He said, "I would like to apologize to all those who have been shocked and felt insulted by the words that I clumsily said," Mira said. It is yet unclear if the apologies would be enough to appease Africans, who are also fighting the COVID-19, which has claimed 339 lives and contaminated 8,018 people on the continent as of April 4th. So guys, majority of people must have heard about this. Of course, some people might not hear it, so it's not really that most people must have heard it. Some people have heard, some people have not heard, but I believe that majority of Africans have really heard about it, and they didn't take it so lightly, and everybody was really angry. For as many that heard about it, really angry, got angry. But one thing we've been talking is that, these people, when you don't carry yourself with dignity, and once you don't know your worth, people will trample upon you. People will definitely trample upon you. If people had been quiet, I think maybe before now, maybe because of this social media that has really come up, it's making information to go faster than anybody, could think of. Maybe in those days, people must have, said, rejected all this kind of a thing because they've done it in the past. And I think that was what gave them that, confidence to have made such statements, but they didn't know that it's going to be received the way it's, people receive it, and people really responded angrily. So of course, when they know that a lot of people are getting to know what is happening in the world, people are beginning to be more, enlightened. Because if they think that, oh, the way the leaders, the way they accept every other thing or anything, that is not the same with the masses, because the masses in Africa, they are really, really different from the leaders, because they compromise enough. They compromise a lot. It is our leaders that have brought us to all this kind of ridicule, here and there. So if they knew quite all right, if not that the masses came out, because how many presidents even said anything apart from the Benin president? How many of other African countries could even come out and say, no, why would you say such a thing? But because of the masses, they talked about it. Because if not that the masses have said, or maybe they've rejected it, or they are not even happy about it, believe you me, even if they go to Africa, go and meet the leaders, they will compromise without any delay. They will compromise. So it is now good for the people themselves to let the world know the stuff we are made of, because left with all these our politicians, our leaders, they don't have the interest of the masses at heart. The interest which they have is their own interest that will favor them, and this, which is selfishness, and the interest of their family members and the people that they work together as politicians. Any other person, they don't care. It is what we know, at least in Nigeria, it is what we know. So they can only be laughing at you when election time is coming, or maybe they are not getting one position or the other. They want to get the sympathy of the masses. They will start to bring a lot of theories, that are not really working on, because of what they've used in manipulating the people, weaponizing the people. A lot of people will be falling for them and be making excuses for them, defending them unduly. So now these people have really gotten it that next time they will not try it. Oh, he said, oh, the interview did not give him enough time or give him or her enough time to express himself or herself. That is not the issue, but at least they've gotten the message. I think it will sink back to every one of them or other countries or other people that might want to say such a thing. Before you say anything, you have to think. You have to think. So it's a good one. Let them apologize. I don't know whether Nigerians will take it, but one thing I so much love is that everybody in Africa came out and said, no, this is an insult. We cannot take it. We can't take it. And they got the feeler, and that's why they're coming back to apologize. Meaning or saying that the statement was taken out of context. Whether taken out of context, next time, you choose your words. You choose your words. When somebody tries you and sees that, oh, you are not easy to crack, they will reset. They will definitely reset. But at the end of it all, we should also be on the lookout for our leaders, because these people can come in a subtle way another time, and you might not be there. The leaders will be there. They are the ones that will always negotiate on our behalf, and before you know it, they can just do anything. So that's why we as a people, we don't just have to be looking, or oh, let us leave it. It does not matter. It doesn't matter. All it doesn't matter. That is where we are, even as a continent, even as a country, or our countries, as the case may be. Someone says here that no, they should not mind them. They are not serious. Why apologizing now? Another says that for sure it's our leaders laying Africa down or letting Africa down through endless greed, corruption, and getting financial assistance from the so-called whites. May God wipe away this generation of leaders and bring on board good leaders in Africa. Africa has good, capable leaders, but can't have opportunity to step on. They are always forced. Someone said they are not just fools, but devils themselves. And someone is still saying, oh, and it's like, it's being said, it depends whether Africans are going to accept it or not, this apology or not. Another says here that these imperialists want our race to extinct, yet in the evening hours, they run for our resources. France, America, under the guise of assisting us. Are you going to blame them? It is our leaders that will still be blamed. I don't blame them. It is because for over a century, they have been stealing Africa dry, but another generation of leaders are coming up in Africa, and all they are stealing will stop. Worry not, we know your mind. Whether you apologize or not, we know their mind. Of course, because of the way they received, the response they received, they never thought of that. So I think those doctors understand that Africans are like gorillas, which can accept what you think for it. No testing of vaccines on African soil or Africa soil. Human, this is high time for us to cherish what we have and put things in order to meet our needs in terms of health management, to avoid traveling for expert management. Exactly, just like the Nigerian government is trying to bring in Chinese doctors. And meanwhile, our doctors have been doing so well because of this lack of helping them, giving them what they want, the equipment they deserve. They need to work very well, making the atmosphere okay. Just like a vice president, our vice president usually say, oh, creating enabling environment, but you cannot create enabling environment for the sectors we already have. If they create enabling environment even for all those sectors, education sector, this health sector, you see that our doctors will not be traveling out of the country. They will not be looking for greener pasture everywhere, but they will not bring all of those things, but they will be playing to the gallery. Oh, to making sure that there's going to be enabling environment with insecurity, with a lack of infrastructure, and you are talking of enabling environments. They are just playing to the gallery. They are just reading speeches here and there. They have beautiful plans. All these are governments across, even Africa, let's say Nigeria. They have beautiful plans on paper, but putting it to reality, or to practicalizing it, that is where the problem comes in, because they are not sincere. They are not just ready to do it. They will just bring all of those things. They read it to you. Oh, you would think, these people really they know what is happening. They don't have what it takes to turn the country around, but all na fabu, all na scam. So by the time they do all of those things, nobody will be running a test scatter. When a whole president will be traveling, is it not shameful? We'll continue to say it. A whole president will be traveling out of the country to go to another country for medical treatment. Other African countries, they do that as well. But our own, we are supposed to have changed from that level. But reverse is the case. And someone says, wake up Africa, whites can never be trusted. I thank them for bringing Christianity. The rest I don't. What is the agenda behind? This is the time for African countries to wake up and be more self-reliance. We have all it takes to be okay, but I don't know whether because out of laziness, out of not thinking deeply, that is why they don't just want to take anything they see, or they just accept anything they see. How I wish all the African leaders could dictate against white inhabitants to go back to their land and we stay as a dark continent again. That would be lovely. South Africans are not taking your apology. You need to be struck off the medical society. When you graduated as a doctor, you said you will cure and help all people irrespective of race, beliefs, and money. If France keeps you as a doctor, they are as racist as you are. They shouldn't believe them once they have said it. They will still do it. Africans should be on guard. Medicine after death. They said what is in their minds, so any apology is fake. They created it themselves and must test it themselves on them. Sort of mankind abuse. We Africans don't need their apologies. I suggest that the Europeans and Asians should stay on their own and leave Africans to live our God's given regions. Our God given regions. But remember, God knows why He created Africans to be black. We regret the poor and hungry, corrupt leaders governing the African continent. May God wipe them out and the people who don't respect the black race. So guys, I don't know. You accept the apology. They've apologized that what they said was taken out of context. They never meant to say so, and they were not given opportunity to express themselves the way they ought to. They didn't mean it that way. So let's hear your own point of view. What do you think about this apology?